Now, your first warm weather forecast with meteorologist Joey Marino.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday. Already seeing that wintry mix move on into the state line this morning as we take a live look over downtown Rockford. Earlier, you can see that we had some rather strong precipitation move on through, making roads a little bit slick out there. So just have to watch out for that if you are going to be traveling during the mid to late morning hours. But right now, temperatures are warm enough for that to stay as a wintry mix. We have temperatures in the low 30s. You can see 33 in Freeport, 34 in Rockford, 34 also in Savannah, and 34 in Sterling. So here's a look at satellite and radar as of right now. You can see that band of light mix of rain and snow pushing on into the Rochelle and Rockford area. We actually got a couple of reports of sleet earlier in McChesney Park and also in the Rockford area. But out towards the west, you're starting to see that precipitation begin to fill in more, especially across portions of eastern Iowa. Now you can see rain starting to move into the Interstate 80 corridor, but that's quickly transitioning to snow as we're starting to see that cold air wrap around this low pressure system. So as of 9 o'clock this morning, we are going to be under a winter storm warning until midnight tonight for the counties that you do see here highlighted in pink, and then areas to the east and to the north of the Rockford area are going to go under a winter weather advisory during the same time frame. So let's take a look at this system overall using FUTURECAST. You can see we do have a couple of more hours with that wintry mix before that cold air then switches it over to all snow. We are going to see the heaviest snow move on through from about noontime today till about 5 o'clock this evening. So that's when we're going to see those road conditions quickly deteriorate. So if you have any errands to run before we see that transition to snow, get them done early so that you can avoid being on the roadways later on today. Now we're going to continue to keep that chance for moderate to heavy snow until about 5-6 o'clock. And then we're going to start to see that wind down, leaving that system to move over the Great Lakes region. But as it does, it's going to become a much stronger and mature system. So the threat is going to be switching from the snow to the winds as a strong Arctic front passes through. And that's going to really ramp up the winds as we get into the overnight hours tonight and then as we head into tomorrow morning. So here's a little recap of that. We have a light wintry mix this morning transitioning to all snow by the afternoon, but with that snow being moderate to heavy at times, could produce up to 2 to 5 inches of snow across the state line, with isolated areas seeing up to 6 inches of snow. But the numbers don't matter as far as the impacts are concerned, because we are going to see that focus more with the winds once we get into this evening, and that could cause for some blowing and drifting snow. And since we're still going to have a couple of flurries moving into the night tonight, we could see near whiteout conditions because of how strong the winds are going to be. And because of how strong the winds are just above the surface, we're looking at about 50 to 60 knot winds just above the surface. And when you transfer that down to the surface, that equals about 30 to 40 mile per hour winds at the surface, making for blowing and drifting snow, and then also very poor visibility. So we're going to see road conditions throughout the afternoon and into the evening quickly deteriorate, and we're going to continue to keep that overnight tonight with those strong winds moving in, and then also into tomorrow morning. But behind that strong Arctic front, temperatures do tumble into Friday morning. We are going to see temperatures today in the 30s into the afternoon, and then they're going to tumble into the low teens by the time we get into Friday morning, going from 34 today down to 10 by Friday morning. And then you can see we do keep high temperatures in the teens for Friday and Saturday, going even further down as we head into the upcoming weekend. So you're definitely going to want to make sure to stay inside as much as possible throughout the weekend and into the start of next week, because wind chills are going to be further below zero starting Saturday and then stretching into much of next week.